radical equations and inequalities, and we're going to do a couple examples of solving radical equations. So the first thing is we have to solve the equation and we have to isolate the radical. So in this case, our radical is the square root. So we have to get that isolated, but right now we have a 1/4 out front. So the first thing that we can do is we can multiply both sides by 4 to get rid of that fraction. So our 4 cancels the 1/4, and we're left with 7x plus 8 raised to the 3/2 power, and that is equal to 216. So now we have to raise each side of the equation to the same power. So in this case, we have 3/2 that we're trying to cancel. So what we're going to raise it to is we're going to raise it to the 2/3. Each side is going to be raised to the 2/3 power. And so what that does is it cancels out the radical on the side. So the 2 cancels the 2 and the 3 cancels the 3. And on the left side, we're just left with 7x plus 8. On the right side, we are left with the cube root. The cube root of 216, and the square root of 216. And so what we can do is write out all the things that multiply together to get us to the cube root, or the cube root of 216 is 6. And we have to have our square there, is 6. So we have 6 squared, which is equal to 36. So we have 7x plus 8, which is equal to 36. Then we can subtract 8. And we get 7x is equal to 28. And divide by 7. And then we get x is equal to 4. So then we have to check to make sure that that is indeed a solution. So then we have 1/4, 7 times 4 plus 8 raised to the 3/2 power. So 1/4 times 28 plus 8 to the 3/2. 1/4 times 36 to the 3/2. And if we take the square root of 36, we get 6, and then we cube it, we get 216. So 1/4 of 216, and that is equal to, we're checking to see if that is equal to 54, and that is equal to 54. So that does work. 4 is the solution that we're looking for.